Well, this is one of my first official installments on Here Comes the Taxes. For those of you who may not have seen my last couple of videos, I decided on starting a new series on taxes. Almost at least every other week I'm coming across some kind of a tax increase for either somewhere in a state or the federal government in the United States or Canada or provincial. Now these two articles here, one is not exactly the government, but it's kind of related to this, so I wanted to share this with you, and both links will be in the sidebar. Banks may use payday-style loans to replace lost overdraft fees. It's quite a lengthy article. I don't have time to read it all to you, but the U.S. banks may expand their short-term lending at interest rates of 120% or more as they seek to replace more than $15 billion lost in revenue because of regulations limiting overdraft fees. From what I've understood from this article, down in the States they're only allowed to charge one overdraft fee a month and a limit of 6 a year. In our bank situation in Canada, they can do it every month for sure, and I'm not even so sure as they might be able to do it every time you do it. I should check that. But anyways, what they're trying to do is that they're trying to get around a lot of the state laws. From what I've read in this article, these payday loan companies that actually do those things, loan till payday, they are regulated that they can only charge a maximum of 32% and in some cases as low as 28% interest. But the banks are not governed by the state rules, so they're able to charge much higher than that. Now, of course, they've gone on to say that they don't expect people to treat this as a long-term solution. I've always kind of wondered about these payday loans. I should give a little commentary here. We're not talking about a loan of thousands of dollars, but usually we're talking a loan of 500, 600, even 1,000 tops. I sometimes wonder, there are probably certain circumstances where you'd need to have that cash before you get paid. But, if a guy can't budget and try and scramble for a week, in some cases 2 weeks, some people get paid monthly. That's hard to do, I know that. But, you realize the interest you're paying on some of these payday loans. I've never taken one out, but I'm sure you're paying, up to 28%. And you can only do that so many times, and then you've lost a week's pay. So I advise against them myself, if at all possible. The payday stores and internet lenders, they make about $42.1 billion $42.1 billion in loans a year. That's a lot of people that are borrowing very short-term loans. All you're really doing is making these kind of people richer. Maybe it'd be best to pay yourself first, if possible. And the lenders earned about $7.3 billion on fees from these kind of loans, according to one of the companies. So anyways, it's a lengthy article. I'll give that to you there. I put this in Here Comes the Taxes because they are looking ways of generating revenue through these types of things for your overdraft. So keep an eye on your banks if you're in the States. This is for the United States. So some of the banks, Wells and Fargo is the 4th largest bank in the States. There's one of them that have been apparently already doing something like this. Fifth Third Bancorp and U.S. Bancorp, I guess, are two other banks. Obviously, I'm not familiar with these banks. So I'll leave that one with you. And the other thing is more for us Canucks up here. They announced new flight fees for airport security. And this all goes back to these body scanners that they're talking about. Ottawa has recently announced that it would purchase 44 full body scanners at a cost of $11 million. And they're talking about slapping everybody with a fee on that. The new surcharge, now they're calling it a surcharge. This is something I'm going to talk about in a minute, will be equal to an increase of about $2.50 per passenger on national flights and $8.91 for international flights, and a flight to the U.S. would cost an extra $4.37. In terms of dollars, for most people that may not be very much, but it does add increase, to everybody's cost all the way around. And they denied that the new surcharge is a tax hike. Okay, saying instead that the measures should be seen as user fees. Well, you can call it whatever you want. You can call it donut fees for all I care. It's still an extra $8.91 if you're leaving the country for any reason. So there's some ones for the Canadian people that these 2 articles are here for you in my first official installment of Here Comes the Taxes. If anybody has any articles they find that they'd like me to share, I'd be more than happy to. Just PM me with them, and if you'd like, just let me know if you want me to say your channel or not when I put them up, and that's no problem. I know Freedom for You and Me, you've already mentioned. You may find some stuff for me, and that's great. Good channel, by the way. If anybody wants to check that out, I'll see if I can remember to put the link in the sidebar for that one too. I guess while I'm at it, I'll do a quick shout out to a few people. Freedom for You and Me is somebody we've watched for quite some time now. He is quite experienced in the real estate market. He's got some really good articles, very good points. Goat Hollow is somebody that we have watched for quite some time, right back from when we were a very small channel, and we kind of found each other. Good channel, got lots of really very common sense and logical points. Very down-to-earth person, and there's some good good videos there on. I think he's got some stuff on solar panels and whatnot. Michigan Snow Pony is another one that we've. Actually, she was subbing to us for the longest time, and she apparently said that we inspired her to make some videos, and she's got some homesteading videos up. I think a bunch of stuff. There's got canning, how to make butter, and yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, so there's that. Hopeful One is another guy that we've been subbing to for a while, and he's got some good points. What would you say his videos are mostly? He does a bit on everything, really. A bit on a lot of stuff. A little bit on the economy, a little bit on philosophy and the faith and whatnot. So another channel, so shout out to him. And of course there's some other larger channels that most of you already know anyways, like Vision Victory and such, and Stock Ticker Guy, MySpace Secrets, another one. Alright, so that's all for now. I'll leave that with you, and thank you for watching, and have yourselves a good day, week, whatever.